Well, percenters, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about spraining my ankle, what I learned, and what I think you guys should learn. All right, so if you guys have been following me on Instagram for a little bit at Coach C Lamb, I've been back to the gym for the past, I don't know, 5-6 days or so. And normally I just go there, I'll work out, and then I'll just practice just for practice sake, just to hone my own craft. So I'll go there usually early in the morning and nobody's usually there. And by the time people start trickling in, it's a bunch of older guys, not very good guys. And I just run with them just to let them have fun. Basically, I run point guard and I shoot, not so often. I don't go crazy. I don't go scoring on them because typically when I score on them, they actually stop wanting to play because it's like, you're too good and they don't want to play because they're not getting their cardio. So anyways, I just play and just facilitate a lot of times. And if the game gets kind of close, I'll shoot a little bit more. A lot of times I won't really care, but it's just cardio. And so every now and then you'll get some bums that come into the gym that don't know how to play. And then all the regulars, they'll let the bums guard me because they want to win. And then the bums just start hacking me and doing all kinds of dumb stuff. And I won't get mad to the point because it's just, I used to get in fights all the time in pickup, but now I just let them hack me, and then I'll just kind of back off a little bit and shoot deeper and deeper shots, and no real point in going too hard at the local gym when I'm just trying to stay in shape. So, anyways, getting back into a rhythm. Haven't been playing ball for about a year and a half just to get back in a rhythm. Start going there, start building up my rhythm again, and the bum, steps under me, shoot a three, get a little pick and roll. I get double teamed off the pick and roll, rise up in his face and shoots. And it's one of those things where the guy just, puts his arms up and by any normal standards, you put your arm up and you think that's a good contest. But I just jump and he puts his arm up, I shoot over him and he just comes into my space. It's one of those dudes that just raise up their arm and they just kind of step into you, bust a little Jalen Rose on you. And instantly I feel him. I feel his feet under my feet and I just collapse. I crumble. And so that's just from experience of having people come under me quite a bit and people that don't know how to play. And so I'm grateful that I, in that moment, was able to recognize and collapse. A lot of people, when they get their first ankle injury, they just try to stay upright. You got to learn how to fall. And when people get under you, you got to roll underneath it so you don't really badly hurt yourself. So a day later, I'm not super limping or anything like that. I'm limping. It's hard to walk normally, but I already know how to physically rehab. But I put some videos about working with a band and how to rehab your ankle. I know all the stability stuff. I've rehabbed tons of ankles. So with my own rehab, I know what to do. And I actually don't do what the traditional people do. I didn't ice my ankle at all. I immediately started massaging it. I kept it warm. I kept the blood flowing. I put the stim on it. I did not ice it. I took some CBD to stop the inflammation. And really, if you can control your breathing in that moment of when you're injured, your body will not react. And it will not react to inflame it and rush blood to swell it up and stop it right away. So in that moment, I definitely got mad right away. But after a few minutes, I was able to calm myself and get my heart rate down and all that, and that shock of being injured and stuff, all that pain. I stopped it right away. I got that from jumping in ice baths. Jumping in ice baths started with 60 seconds, 90 seconds, controlling your breathing, really learning how to control your breathing. If you got an Apple Watch, you can do that little breathe app. I think it's like kind of like a meditative thing. I've gotten my heart rate down to in the 30s. Right before I'm going to bed, trying to calm down. I've gotten it. I think the lowest I got was 36 or something, maybe 36 or 46, but really low. So being able to control the way you breathe will regulate your heart. It'll regulate your blood flow, a lot of things like that. So anyways, the physical part, I can definitely take care of. I can work the ligaments. I can work my ankle. I can train. I can massage. I can foam roll. I can do all kinds of stuff. But the mental part is what I really want to talk about. what happens when you get injured? Like the first thought through my head was like, oh, God damn it. Will I be able to walk? Will I be able to train my players? Will I be able to train my clients? I have a team to train. I got 3 games to coach today. I got all these things that I'm always on my feet, driving around, going from gym to gym, client house to client house, place to place. Will I be able to walk and will I be able to train? Can I demonstrate, some moves if I need to? Just so many things got me so angry. Would I be able to do it or not? But then, after a little while, when I think about it, it's not so much that bugs me. It's just being taken away from my normal routine of being able to work out and get some shots up, do some dribbling drills, all that stuff. For younger players that get injured or even more experienced players, like what do you do to keep yourself mentally sane if you're in a routine of showing up, going to practice, going to training, getting your shots up? Like, how do you keep yourself mentally sane? All right, you have to, one, make sure that your head is on straight. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I could have, injured myself a lot worse. Things can be a lot worse. So limping around for a few days, few weeks, it's not going to be the end of everything. Two, it makes me realize that your health is always going to be the most important thing. So always value your health. That's why I do all those rehab things. You see me, I just bought that stuff for the tibs, do calf raises, do hip strengthening things, do core strengthening things, do balance oriented things, do posture related things to make sure that my body's moving in an optimal position. So even when I do get injured, I'm on a quicker road to recovery. I'm not having to, reactivate my glutes or strengthen up my quads. Like, it's all pretty good. This is just kind of a little freak accident. They kind of happen. So how is your, mental state through all of that? So one, it's temporary. Two, make sure your health is always a priority, not just physical health, mental health. And lastly, it's like your social networks. Like, are you able to talk to somebody about like these kind of problems? Oh, you're down in the dumps or you're depressed or whatever. A lot of times athletes just suffer in silence, man. And I see it in their faces. They won't come to me directly. Some will, but a lot of athletes will just suffer in silence, and they'll roll an ankle, they'll hurt a knee, or they'll jam something, they'll bruise something, and they'll go in hiding. They'll be in a cave forever, and then they'll come out 3 weeks later, and they'll have quote unquote been healed, or they'll be good to go. But that that mental anguish of not being able to hang out with your friends, practice, play in the game, show up, be a part of the shit talking, the camaraderie, all of that stuff, it takes a toll on a player, on a person. And if you're out there, struggling with an injury, whether it, a physical or something internal that you're dealing with, you got to talk to somebody and find someone that will listen, someone that has a little bit more experience, maybe someone that you can just vent to. I just saw a thing about suicides and stuff in the US, and it's up 30% over the past year. And obviously part of that is the pandemics building up people. And so when you get out of your routine, you fall out of your social networks. It's very, very big thing. Stay off of social media. It's toxic. Make sure you're not on all the bad ones and just wishing you were somewhere else when you're perfectly good where you are. Lastly, California has the worst one. It was up 45% in terms of suicide. So just generally out there, I've dealt with several suicides when I was a psychologist. A lot of you would be hard pressed to really understand why some of these teens want to kill themselves, and it's more common than you think, man. So if you see a kid, if you're a kid, reach out to me. If you're an adult watching this, reach out to your kids, man. You really don't know what's going on inside of some of these teens' heads. Emotionally, they're all over the place. They can be up, down, they can be all the way down. So reach out and see if you can help somebody. You might not know who you're actually saving, and it's kind of crazy for me getting older now. I'm getting players and guys and girls that I've trained before come back and tell me what kind of impact I've had on their life. It's amazing. So be nice, man. You never know what people are going through. Yeah. All right. That's enough of this ankle rant. Make sure you guys take care of your internal, your mental, and obviously take care of your external. Until next time, guys, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.